CVC Sports presents Section 3 Girls Lacrosse. Today, the Mexico Tigers take on the Cortland Purple Tigers. From John G. Field in Cortland, New York, May 7th, 2009. I am Ian Jones, and with me today is Mrs. Brown. Cortland is ranked 4th in the divisional standings, just one spot above Mexico. The last time these two opponents met, Cortland won a narrow victory, 6-5. What are your thoughts for today's game, Mrs. Brown?
Well, it has been a very busy week for the Cortland Purple Tigers. This is their 3rd game in 4 days. They're riding a 2-game win streak, and I think they're hoping to make it 3 today. And I think the first time these two teams met, the Purple Tigers were a little caught off guard with the closeness of the score, because Mexico is one of the younger teams in the division in terms of how long they fielded a team, and looking at their roster, a lot of young kids on their roster as well. So I think this time around the Tigers are hoping to create a little more separation between the two groups of Tigers. And I think a key factor is it looks like the Purple Tigers have a few of their returning players back from some injuries. Jenna Phelps has been playing all week, and I saw Emily Van Gorder warming up. So the addition of those two senior leaders should bolster the Purple Tigers.
Thank you, Mrs. Brown. Folks, stay tuned for the rest of the game.
My name is Officer Reingout, the Cortland School Resource Officer. I'd like to share with you some warning signs that may indicate your child is being bullied at school. Does your child come home from school with torn or dirty clothing? Does your child frequently have damaged or missing possessions? Does your child appear sad, depressed, or moody? If you are concerned that your child is being bullied at school, please call your school principal.
Welcome back to John G. Field. I'm Ian Jones, and again joining me is Mrs. Brown. Starting today for Mexico are Stevie Lombardoni, Clark, Joelle Lombardoni, Van Zant, Lawler, Domicolo, Boyzik, Emily Passer, Dana Passer, Taylor Morgan, and in the goal, DeLong. Today, Cortland's starting lineup: Kostick, Meldrum, Mastronardi, Cunningham, Bramschreiber, and DePerno. Phelps, Van Gorder, Marks, Whitmack, Cornish, and in the goal, Catone.
And here we are for the opening draw, and Ellie DePerno and Stevie Lombardoni doing the honors, and a scramble for the loose ball. DePerno comes up with it.
Run down the field.
Kicks it into Cunningham, and double team, so she pulls it out. Casey Marks driving to cage, and it appears it's going to be a shooting space violation. And Marks will get an 8-meter free position shot. They will clear the lane. And Cassie DeLong will be tested early, and that shot bounces wide. And Cunningham there for the backup is closest on the out of bounds, and it will be Cortland possession.
And here's David Passer, Mexico's head coach.
And Cortland working around the perimeter here. Jenna Phelps working from up top, looking as she cradles to her right. Not a lot of movement on the perimeter.
No. DePerno's looking to do something.
Looking to drive and draws a double team. Tried to dump it inside there to Bramschreiber, and DeLong comes up with the loose ball and clears it to the midfield. And Cortland not allowing the fast break there. Mexico had no numbers. It's like 1-on-4. And that's Joelle Lombardoni driving around the back from the right. And Caitlin
by the
Gatone
goalie.
makes her first save. And being patient, walking it upfield, looking for the open player, and Masternardi made a break for the ball, and Bramschreiber comes up with the loose ball.
Makes a move. Passes it to Casey Marks.
And that pass was a little behind Ellie, so it got intercepted.
Caught by Lombardoni. Van Gorder trying to scoop the ball up.
Yep, and Van Gorder getting her first action here in a few weeks. Been out with an ankle injury. And we're going to get called for being on the body there. So a free position for the Mexico Tigers. Justine Van Sant with the ball. Kicks it out wide.
To Heather Boysick. Actually, that'd be Lombardoni.
Yep, she's working from behind the cage, and nice smart move there to pull it back when she didn't have numbers.
Scramble for the ball.
Tried to feed it in and just couldn't make the connection.
And it looks like Janessa Cornish has the ball.
Yep, trying to clear it upfield, and Mexico double teaming, and they're going to be called for on the body there.
Passes into Van Gorder.
Nice job finding the open player there.
From Van Gorder right to Jenna Phelps.
And Bramschreiber, nice fast break possession here.
Back to Phelps.
A little give and go action. She's going hard to the cage. Cunningham was open on the crease. We just couldn't make the connection. And
Masternardi has the ball.
Yep. Masternardi plays left hand up, so a little bit different look for the defenders. And beautiful save on the one-on-one with Cassie DeLong. And the bodies are flying there looking for that loose ball.
Definitely are. Lots of action so far.
Yeah. And possession is going to go to the Mexico Tigers. I think it was flipped out of bounds by Carly Cunningham. And Mexico trying to work their break up the field.
Joelle Lombardini, she seems to be getting a lot.
And now Justine Van Sant working the ball down, and it's 1-on-4, goes to the cage, off the pipe, and Catone smothers it in the crease.
Catone looking for an option. Oop, ball goes right into Molly Bramschreiber's. Bramschreiber looking for options.
Yep, and nice job of not forcing that, kind of pulled back.
Masternardi
Tried to
somehow
create
manages
space.
to get that ball back.
And we're going to have an empty stick check there. In the girls lacrosse, you may not play another player's stick unless the ball is in it. So Stevie Lombardoni bringing it down the left side, going to take it behind.
Being defended by Casey Marks.
Mexico setting up their cutters along the top of the 12-meter fan.
Stevie looking for somebody.
Yep, and showing good patience. The cutter's going through, and Cortland doing a nice job of marking up and not giving them the opening to feed it in there. And you see the two players stop there down low, almost setting like a double screen there. And not opting to use it, so they're going to rearrange their offensive set here. They still got that double screen down low on the crease. And they're just kind of occupying those defenders while the rest of the cutters work up top to get free. And this could be part of the Mexico Tiger game plan to kind of take the air out of the ball and eat a lot of clock and try to keep it a low-scoring game like last time.
We're seeing a very patient Stevie Lombardi here.
And she kicks it out to
Heather Boysick.
Boysick from up top. Attacking from the left, the goalie's right, going to drive one-on-one against Bramschreiber, and Bramschreiber doing a nice job, again, a piece of it from behind and forcing the shot way over the top. Mexico retaining possession.
And here's head coach Kim Pace, the Cortland Purple Tigers.
And we see volunteer assistant Fred Kataya. And Mexico again working it around the perimeter, Going to go one-on-one. And nice check there by Cornish. And they're going to call her on the arm, a held check. And so it'll be an 8-meter free position shot for Justine Van Sant, just a freshman for the Mexico Tigers. And nice one-on-one save by Catone.
Scramble for the ball. Mexico looks like they came out on top.
And there's a pile of bodies down there, and Cornish comes out of the pile with
Passing it to DePerno. DePerno's run down the field.
And nice look to find Masternardi. And Cunningham open in the middle. And that one's not swatted down by the orange defense.
Mexico's goalie has the ball. Passes it back to one of the Lombardinis.
Yep, well, it was overthrown. And fortunately, there was another Mexico player there. But Casey Marks, good pursuit there. And we're going to get it on the covered ball, on the ground ball. The girls cannot rake or cover the ball on the ground balls. So DePerno up top, running the Cortland offense.
Passing it to Cornish. Phelps.
And Mexico appears to be in a zone, trying to feed it in the middle to Bramschreiber over the top, right over the top of the goalie's stick there. So the first goal with 16:42 remaining in the half is
Cortland Purple Tigers.
Bramschreiber from Phelps. A nice assisted goal. And like I said, Mexico was playing a zone there, and no one's following the cutters through, and Bramschreiber was a little too wide open there.
Back to the draw.
And it's DePerno and Stevie Lombardoni. DePerno drawing with her left hand up, and we're repositioning players so they're not offsides. Mexico needed another player in the attacking end. Five middies for both teams in the center area of the field for the draw.
Mexico has
draw
the ball.
Control, Mexico.
Stevie Lombardi. Lombardini again going back behind the net. Again, seeing very patient Stevie Lombardini.
Yep, and they're setting up some screens up top, trying to get some cutters off that. And it almost looks like it might turn into an ISO. Everybody's overloading to one side, but they did try to switch behind the cage there. Just a bad pass by Mexico.
Cortland comes up with the ball.
And that's Cornish, and she's real scrappy on the loose balls. We're going to have a check to the head, and you see the official Dave Schiffman stopping the clock. That's automatic. Anytime there's a check to the head, it's a yellow card. And Mexico now must play man down for 3 minutes.
Joe Lombardini in the guard.
And she's going to throw it upfield. I thought she was going to try to reverse that through the goalkeeper, which was a little more open.
And
Gebhardt, with her first action, just came into the game, and we got a check in the sphere. So Gebhardt will keep possession. She's got Meldrum wide open. She sees her.
right to her.
And we could have a 3-on-2 here, and draws a defender, tries to get it into Carly, and just lollipopped it and allowed the defender to get a piece. And looks like a loose ball violation. And just putting her out on the 12-meter mark, and it was an indirect because it was a minor foul.
Our officials for today are Sam Gilpin and Dave Schiffman.
And Phelps trying to feed it inside again to DePerno, but there was 2 defenders on the cutter there.
DePerno still gets the ball.
And DePerno looking for Drosh, and it's a scramble here. It looks a little field hockey action as they're batting it around. And Mexico coming up with it, number 6, Danielle Guschlaw, and intercepted on the ride by Casey Marks, and going strong to the cage. Nice check by the Mexico Tigers. That was Dana Passer. and almost just couldn't get a handle on that, and the goalkeeper, Cassie DeLong, intercepts that. I wouldn't really call that a shot.
Ball goes to Rebecca Clark, then
So-
passes to Lombardini.
In the first half here, in the early going, CHS up 1-0, 13:54 to go in the first half,
There's a collision.
and it's possession Mexico Tigers.
Justine Van Zandt. Justine Van Zandt has the ball, working down the field.
Changes over to her left, and good pursuit from behind by DePerno. Hoping to catch her off guard because she relaxed a little bit there.
Cortland Tigers looking to play a stingy defense.
And Gatone hugging that pipe in the ready position.
Van Zandt coming in.
One-on-one against DePerno and save for Catone. And the loose ball is still up for grabs.
And
Number 10, Joelle Lombardini. And we're going to have a clock stoppage. It looks like Cornish lost her shoe.
Makes sense. Joelle Lombardini with the ball. Bring it back behind the net. Seems to be a Lombardini strategy.
Yep. Well, you know, she really didn't have an open look at the net, so good job to bring it down behind, not force something against 2 or 3 defenders when you got a mismatch. And she's trying to lob it in there, and those lob passes are just up for grabs. That's going to be a push on Van Sant. So Gebhardt with the ball, going to hit Faberzak.
Cassie Faberzak running downfield.
Finds Cunningham. And passes it back to the middle to Jackie Clark.
Right to Gebhardt.
Gebhardt one-on-one, nice little dodge move, trying to go top shelf, and it's over the top.
With 11 minutes, 58 seconds left.
Cortland still with possession after the missed shot, working
DePerno
around the perimeter. Looking, and Gebhardt having trouble with her footing there. Tries to hit Drosh, but Cunningham, or actually that was Clark, who picked up the loose ball and fired a shot wide. Faberzak maintains possession for the Cortland Tigers. And Cunningham going, trying the little underhand shovel shot.
2-0 Cortland.
And that is Carly Cunningham from Kelsey Faberzak. About 5 minutes after our last goal, 11:26 to go in the first half. So the Cortland Purple Tigers building a two-goal cushion here.
At this point, it does not look to be a repeat of last match.
Well, time will tell. There's a lot of game left, Ian.
There is.
And Phelps has taken the draw this time.
We have a replay.
And there you see Faberzak looking, and no one really pressuring.
Right
and
into
Cunningham
Cunningham.
catches it when the pass is behind her and just came across and
Dishes it into the goal.
yeah, it was a little underhand shovel shot, and the goalie just didn't shadow her stick, and
Faberzak passes to
that's
Phelps.
Phelpsy. And she's driving one-on-one and tries to pull back strong to take that shot. Save for DeLong.
Machinardi with the ball now.
I think Phelps probably should have pulled that in, changed to her left hand and pulled the trigger with her left hand.
Cunningham has it. Pass to Jackie Clark.
Driving and pulls it out
Gebhardt.
and loses it, and it's up for grabs.
And Mexico comes away with it. That would be
18.
18.
Heather Boyzuk.
Mm-hmm.
His numbers are a little tough to read, and back pass to goalie to reverse, and that's covered, so
DeLong with the ball, looking for an option.
and they're happy just sitting there with that. And
Gebhardt
Gebhardt
gets
with
it.
an interception.
One-on-one.
One-on-one. Great play by the junior Maya Gebhardt, 10-10.
Third goal in the first 15 minutes.
And we're going to see timeout Mexico. So DeLong, not a good decision to make that pass. And Gebhardt alertly intercepts and notches her first goal of the game unassisted.
And here's a replay.
There you see DeLong with the ball, being patient, and just
Gebhardt just runs
threw it
up.
out there. And nice job of anticipating and stepping in. And DeLong,
Unopposed, right to the goal.
It was one-on-one all the way. And actually that shot was to her high stick side, so could have conceivably been an easy save.
Preparing for the draw at midfield.
Yep, and it's Stevie Lombardoni and Jenna Phelps. Both of them drawing right-handed. And you can almost equate this to a jump ball in basketball. So after every goal, we go back to center and do a jump ball. They're just trying to flip it out to the people on the perimeter to get possession.
And the ball ends up in the possession of...
No one yet, but Jackie Clark being scrappy. And Cornish, she just hawks those ground balls and overthrows Van Gorder, but DePerno is there to back it up.
Right back to Cornish. Cornish to
Bramschreiber, and now it's Masternardi. And Cortland did a nice job of working that down the sideline and a ladder effect there.
DePerno at the top. Pass it.
And Bramschreiber from Phelps. So the second time those two have hooked up almost on identical plays, just from the opposite side.
With 9 minutes, 31 seconds left in the first half. 4-0 Cortland.
Yep.
That is the fourth goal by Cortland in the past 7 minutes.
So it took them about 9 minutes to get untracked in the half, but once they did, they've been putting the pressure on.
They're certainly bringing the heat.
And these draw controls are very crucial. And Bramschreiber seemed to know it was going there and tried to jump in there. It's checked away, and it's still loose.
Still a loose ball.
No possession yet. And
looks like
little
Mexico.
pushing and shoving there. A few hip checks. We're going to see an empty called on the orange. That is a minor foul, so I believe this is an indirect. So the ball must be passed before they shoot. And Clark pulling it out.
Clark to Phelps. Phelps to DePerno.
And DePerno, nice job of switching and pulling a left-handed shot there, but right
like
at DeLong's legs. I think it was DeLong's shins.
Might have been. Phelps passes back to DePerno.
And it looks like we intercepted the clearing pass again.
DePerno at the top. Looking to drive.
And Mexico's got more, well, they're still zoning it, but they are being more attentive to the cutters going
Masternardi
through.
with the ball. Pass to Fabrzak. Fabrzak having a little slippery footing there. Masternardi to DePerno to the score.
Yes, that was a nice feed. What I liked about that one, there was a lot of zip on that pass. Some of the other passes, they've kind of lobbed them in there and gives the defense time to react. But nice feed by Masternardi to hit the streaking DePerno through the middle for the fifth goal for the Cortland Purple Tigers. So DePerno from Masternardi at the 8:21 mark.
And if there is such a thing as a perfect play, that might have been it. 5-0 Cortland. Looks like home field advantage.
Without a doubt. And a lot of time has passed, and Tigers are clicking.
Which Tigers?
Both Tigers. Well, the Cortland Tigers today. And draw control for the Mexico Tigers.
With Rebecca Clark.
Double team there by Phelps and Fabrzak. It's checked away. And that check's going to be on the body, so it's free position Phelps.
Phelps running.
And nice check from behind by Lombardoni.
Ball goes right back to Phelps, who
Loses it on a excessive cradle there, a little. Looks like a little pig pile. Bodies are down, and the clock's going to be stopped. Looks like it's Heather Boyzek who's down.
To purchase an event, you can visit us at www.cortlandvideoclub.com.
And there is quite a variety and array of events available in the archives of CVC.
From football games to graduations.
Yep. And they go back all the way.
Into the 80s.
Yeah. Conferring, and it looks like Boyzek is up.
Ceremonial clap.
Yes, going off on her own, and you may have noticed they all dropped their sticks because in girls lacrosse, when the whistle blows, you must stand until the whistle blows to restart play. So they dropped their sticks to mark where they were, and they have to return to that very same spot.
There's a fun fact.
Yes. And Mexico has possession, and they should be moving everybody 4 meters away. Girls lacrosse, they work in metrics, 4 meters, which basically is 5 yards. So, and looks like Jessica Lawler, an 8th grader, will come in to replace the injured Heather Boyzek.
An 8th grader on the varsity team.
Yep, it looks like they got 3 of those. Like I said earlier, a very young roster, a lot of 8th graders, freshmen, and sophomores.
And the ball goes to Stevie Lombardini.
And she's wheeling it down, and Kay Kostick says no way and pushes her down behind the cage.
Lombardini running into a wall of defense.
And Alexis Keeney has come on to help play defense for the Tigers. And she's going to be called for in the sphere. Actually, it was Marks, because she's being the offending player, gets placed 4 meters behind for about the 2nd or 3rd hash mark on the free position. Driving in, hits Catone on the legs. And
Scramble
the loose
for the ball
is there, and it's going to be Mexico ball. And no free position may be taken closer than 8 meters, so the ball won't be moved out. And there isn't a lane cleared. I think this is going to be indirect. And yes, there is the pass
to Van Sant.
And Van Sant driving, loses her footing and just drops it.
Footing can be very rough in John Gee Field, it appears.
And the trail official calling a foul on the play. I think she just kind of lost her footing.
That's what it looked like.
So right from the center hash, Van Sant, 8 meters.
Catone getting ready at the goal.
One-on-one with Catone. And she connects. And good effort by Keeney to try and get in there and deflect. But on the unassisted free position shot, Mexico breaks the ice with a goal by Justine Van Sant.
We have a replay of that goal.
And there you see the 8-meter free position shot. She went faked like she was going strong side and then went low to the goalie's opposite side. And that was Cornish who tried to get a piece there on the trail. DePerno back doing the draw, and we're going to redraw because it must go over the players' heads. And it's Rebecca Clark, a junior for Mexico. The players taking the draw must pull up and away.
Ball is up. And DePerno comes away with it. Eleanor DePerno looking.
And we got 3-on-2. And trying to find Marissa, and she couldn't field it clean, catch it clean. And it's still being bobbled around, and DePerno going over the top to catch that one.
She's everywhere today. Jenna Phelps has it.
And a little backhanded shot, misses the cage. And the defenders flip it in to the goalie.
Looking for options.
And the goalie only has 10 seconds in the crease, so you see her stepping out.
Very patient.
And once she leaves the crease, she may not re-enter the crease with possession of the ball.
It's a long
up the middle.
Right to Jessica Lawler. Lawler running.
That's Gushlaw, who had 2 goals the first time.
Yep.
If that's a number 6, yeah, that is number 6. I'm having trouble with those numbers.
You're getting so
And
far
Lawler
away.
with a shot, the 8th grader, not intimidated at all. And the rebound shot goes wide, so Mexico with a flurry of 2 shots.
And Cortland.
Cortland is closest, so Marks will get possession. And we need to look to work this outside. She looked way upfield, passed it in the middle. It got there. Senior Caitlin Catone manning the pipes for the Purple Tigers.
Haley Meldrum with the ball. Up.
And threw it behind
Never mind.
Phelps, and she just couldn't get that.
And the ball
Couldn't
goes
react quick enough.
right to Stevie Lombardini. Lombardini passing it down to Gushlaw. Not Gushlaw.
It's Scortino.
Scortino?
Yep, Jocelyn Scortino.
Scortino. Behind the net.
And trying to feed it, it's disrupted, and Van Sant cradling, spinning, trying to create something. Her goggles actually fell off, and we're going to be called for on the body. So another 8-meter free position shot.
The clock ticking with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first half.
From about the first hash mark there. And a little.
Okay.
All right, so Van Sant set up for that free position shot.
Catone ends up with the ball.
Clamps it in the crease. And right up to Phelps, who swings it out wide to Cornish.
Cornish to Gebhardt.
Gebhardt legging it upfield.
Right to Mastrodini.
And nice look. Just need a little cleaner connection there.
Haley Meldrum.
And we're going to have a shooting space violation. Anyone who's not actually defending on the ball can't step between the shooter and the goal.
Meldrum.
And a little bit of a force there, trying to drive to cage. And draws a host of defenders, and there's going to be a defensive foul, so Meldrum will get it again.
Running
and
it
bring
in.
it in and decides to shoot a little quicker.
DeLong comes up with the ball.
And the long clearing pass.
Back to Lombardini.
Yep, it's Joel
Van
this time.
Sant is running.
And it could be one-on-one with Kostick, and dodges.
Nice block
Great save by
Catone.
So under pressure, handled it real well and came up with a big save, but Mexico retains possession on the loose ball. That's got to be a big confidence booster for Catone.
Gushlaw with the ball. If that is a 6. Yes, that is
I
Gushlaw.
believe it is, because there's no 8 on the roster, so because it almost appears like an 8.
It does.
And the Cutters working up top.
The behind the net strategy that Mexico Tigers seem to favor.
And trying to go one-on-one. Drove to the right and tried to spin back, and no shooting angle, and throws it in the back of the net.
Catone steps outside the crease, looking for options.
And we got about a minute and a half remaining.
Catone passes it to Gebhardt. Gebhardt seemingly loses control.
Yep, and it was a held check. When you check, your stick can't slide down the shaft, and you can't hold their stick down. It's got to be a check and release. So that was the call there.
Haley Meldrum.
And she's got some players in the middle.
Very fast.
Looking downfield now. Cunningham on the left side, looks inside, a little behind Bramschreiber, but Mastronardi there to scoop it up.
Looking.
And trying to zip that one into Cunningham, little back pass. And the clock is under 1 minute now, and might be well served to just keep eating the clock and wind it down to about 10 seconds and then shoot.
Jackie Clark to
Cunningham on the far side. Now we're trying to force it through sticks, trying to make something happen that's not there. So with 33 ticks left in the half, it's turnover. Mexico going to try and break down field here. And Joel was wide open but couldn't make a clean catch. And she's being pressured on the pickup. There's going to be a held check there. It was well-timed check by Casey Marks, but just held it. So 24 ticks.
seconds left.
Mexico. And Rebecca Clark. Actually, it was Joelle had it.
And Stevie Lombardini with the ball.
And she
looking
had
to go.
Justine there, 1-on-2. And can't do it yourself. You got to
10
use some
seconds
teamwork.
left on the clock.
And a tough spot for that foul there. 10 seconds with the foul inside the 8-meter
Looks like
fan.
we're going to
Sets
have
up
an old-fashioned countdown.
8-meter free position shot. And the defender's doing a nice job of converging there.
3 seconds.
Deflecting the shot, and Catone didn't know where it was, but it hit her body.
And that's the end of the first half.
And so nice for the Cortland Tigers to hold up under that offensive pressure to maintain their 5-1 lead at the half. And Cortland Tigers kind of sending a message early here, where they want to prove to the Mexico Tigers that it was kind of a fluke last time.
So at the end of the first half, Cortland Purple Tigers seemingly dominating the Mexico Tigers, 5-1. Welcome back to the start of the second half. Mexico Tigers 1, Cortland Purple Tigers 5.
And Mexico controlling that first draw of the half. And Bramschreiber battles to get it back, and it's turned back over to Mexico.
Rebecca Clark. Clark to Stevie Lombardoni. Ball still on the field. Gushlaw to Joelle Lombardoni.
And Mexico working from behind again. And Justine Van Sant trying to put some moves on, and she's double teamed, pulling it out over the top.
Goal for the Tigers.
And
Mexico
Heather
Tigers.
Boyzek comes up with it and converts it for a goal. So the first goal of the second half is in favor of the Mexico Tigers. That's Boyzek from Van Sant.
5-2 Cortland. Back at the draw. And Gushlaw kind of lobbing the ball around there.
Yep, and she ended up coming up with it.
Above
And
the
saw
head.
the open player just not able to make a clean pass there.
And Isabel Whitmack.
And Whitmack probably going to be called. Oh, actually, it's going to be a push on the Mexico Tigers, and Coach Passer a little upset with that. It did look like Izzy was the one initiating, kind of boxing out, so to speak, on that ground ball. So we have another Mexico player down.
And again, today's officials are Sam Gilpin and Dave Schiffman.
And that injured player was Kelly Damicolo.
Whitmack passing
she
to
went
Marks.
off. And Casey Marks bringing it down, brings it to the middle.
Driving.
And we got a shooting space violation, so the shot does not count. And because that is a safety issue, that's an immediate whistle, not a held whistle or flag play. So she'll get a second opportunity here from about the second hash.
Marks
And
tries to bounce it in
hard.
again, but
And she definitely puts a lot into that, a lot of leverage, and has a nice hard shot.
looks like Cortland was the closest, with Carly Cunningham being the closest player. Yes. Cunningham to Bramschreiber. Molly bringing it around. Pass to Jenna Phelps. Phelps to DePerno. Perno taking it in. And that's a goal by Molly Bramschreiber.
And the assist goes to Ellie DePerno.
Hat trick?
Yes, a hat trick for Bramschreiber. So Cortland extending their lead to 6-2.
6-2. Bramschreiber scoring half their total goals for the game so far.
Yep. And for the second half, the score is even, 1-1. Caitlin Drosh coming on to draw for the Purple Tigers. DePerno driving towards cage, gets the attention of some defenders. They slide and leaves Bramschreiber wide open on the crease.
And coming away with the draw is
And it's still
on the ground still.
Loose ball. And I think that girl fell on her own. And
Yeah, Heather Boyzik seemed to...
Casey might have nudged her, but not
yeah.
enough to make her fall. A little CRT there.
Boyzik to Van Zandt.
And that's going to be a check in the sphere by Van Gorder. So free
Van
position,
Zandt waiting.
Mexico.
Van Zandt driving.
Van Sant doing a nice job of looking behind her, but
Loses
just lost
control.
that on her own there.
Bramschreiber picks it
And
up.
Bramschreiber being doubled.
Cornish.
Finds Cornish open on the back pass, and Tigers
to
working
Phelps.
upfield. Phelpsy legging it upfield, reversing it, and
Over
overthrows
Mastronardi's head.
Mastronardi. And out of bounds, Mexico ball.
Pass right to
Mastronardi almost
Taylor.
had a piece of that, almost deflected it.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, though,
Yeah,
it would appear.
that's right.
Pass right to Joelle Lombardini. Lombardini. Cortland Purple Tigers playing man-to-man or girl-to-girl defense, it would seem.
Yes, they are playing man-to-man. Player-to-player, whatever you want to call it.
Player-to-player.
We don't have to be
One-on-one.
politically correct.
One-on-one. That sounds good.
And let's see.
Van Zandt.
It's a free position from the center hash. And it's Van Sant. And Catone she turned to face away from her to mentally prepare herself. And nice mid-range shot there right off the goalie's hip. A tough save to make. So Van Sant notches her second goal of the game to go along with an assist.
The Mexico Tigers closing in a bit.
Yep,
in the
they
first
cut
5
the
minutes of this
deficit in half. So Cortland, you know, has a fairly comfortable lead, but Mexico isn't willing to roll over and give up yet. They're
Nope.
lurking in the background and ready to knock on the door any time now. And there we have senior Caitlin Catone, number 0.
Back at the draw at midfield. Ball is up. Almost into the stick of Mexico, but Molly Bramschreiber comes away with it and is driving.
And it's 1-on-4, pulls it out, looks wide to Marks. Nice hard shot
Goal
to the
by
goalie's non-stick
Marks.
side.
Nice shot.
Well-placed shot by Casey Marks. So as Mexico is about to knock on the door, Cortland
Bramschreiber
answers
passes.
back.
Kim Pace, the Cortland Purple Tigers head coach, looking very happy with that last play. Back at the game.
And Caitlin Drosh comes up with that. She stepped out of bounds.
To purchase an event, you can visit us at www.cortlandvideoclub.com. Running up the
And
field. Lombardini
Lombardini
drops
loses
it.
that, trying to go to the cage.
Marks, very good moves up the field.
And nice job
Overthrows
to
it.
see Cunningham open. And Cunningham checks it back. Nice hard check.
Meldrum flies out her stick, though, and that is Emily Passer to
And Van Sant going to work here in the offensive end again for the Mexico Tigers.
She's running.
1-on-3, driving through.
Score by
and
Van Sant.
low and right to the goalie's right. So Van Sant only a freshman. Okay, the Cortland Purple Tigers up 7-4. Mexico trying to creep back in.
And the draw goes to Mexico.
Justine Van Sant, and the draw control. And
Becca
only
Clark.
down 3. Now with the opportunity to go back on attack and close the gap even more. So Cortland needs a defensive stand here.
Pass to Jessica Lawler. Lawler in Mexico orange, looking for an option. Pass to Heather Boyzik.
Being patient, working around the perimeter again.
Boyzik to Van Sant.
Cortland in that man-to-man, trying to go one-on-one against Cornish. Nice footwork, and Drosh came into double team.
Wide
and
right.
Van Sant found an opening and just shot wide. And she just was weaving through 3 defenders there.
18 minutes, 10 seconds and counting left in the second half.
Stevie working it, bringing it out up top.
Certainly been hearing her name a lot. She seems to be around the ball.
And a little bit of an ISO there. And all the Mexico cutters cleared out, allowing Stevie to go in 1-on-3. And Cortland called for the defensive foul, sets up the 8-meter free position shot from the third hash. So Stevie Lombardino versus Caitlin Catone here.
And
on the free
makes it
position
work.
shot, closes the gap to 5-7.
Mexico Tigers, excuse the pun here, clawing their way back.
Without a doubt, and Coach Pace calling a timeout here to regroup and try to stop the surge of the Mexico Tigers.
And we are looking at Mexico Tigers' head coach, David Passer.
Yep, and it appears that his both 2 daughters on the team, both freshmen, so I'm going to assume that they potentially could be twins.
And here are today's officials, Sam Gilpin and Dave Schiffman, doing wonderful jobs.
Yep, Dave's a very experienced official, been doing it for many years.
And it appears that we are going to try and have a look at that last shot by the Tigers.
And it was an 8-meter free position shot.
Lombardini just taking it in and scoring
there we
it.
go, going down hard, low to the goalie's stick side.
That was a CVC Sports replay. Back at midfield for the draw, 17 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. 7-5 in a game that's gotten closer since the half.
It sure has. Mexico has outscored the Tigers 3-1 this period. So this next draw control will be crucial. And Caitlin Drosh, and it goes to the bench side of the field,
Mexico
and Mexico
Tigers
came up with it. That's Rebecca Clark. And lobs it in the top, and that's Joelle Lombardoni. Driving with her left hand, pulls it behind. Changes back to her right, looking to feed. Change hands again.
Joelle to Stevie, sisters,
Yep.
probably, if not cousins.
And Stevie, nice job of pulling it out, and kind of got a little hesitation move. Got the defender to stand upright, and gets the unassisted tally there. And now the Mexico Tigers trailing just by 1. So as I said earlier, Ian, there was a lot of game left, and
there is.
you know, you can't can't stop playing. You got to play a full 50 minutes here. There's 2 25-minute halves.
Cortland's got to be looking to stop this threat.
Cortland needs to gain the momentum back and send a message here.
16 minutes, 53 seconds left in the second half.
Casey Marks in to do the draw. And Clarkey battling for it, but Stevie Lombardoni, a junior, showing a lot of leadership, leading by example, and with some intensity and some gutsy play out there, trying to lead the charge for her team.
To Danielle Guschlaw. Guschlaw behind the net.
And once again, the Purple Tigers on the defensive end here.
1-1.
And we need a stop here.
Got to do something.
And trying to go one-on-one against DePerno. And
Guschlaw
Marks
to
came over to
Stevie.
help double. Nice effort there to maintain possession by
Rebecca
Lombardini
Clark
as she went down.
to Joelle
And it's
Lombardini.
back with Joelle behind the cage. And Mexico resets. And stacking it up top.
Joelle looking for a lane.
Van Sant calling, hey, I'm open. Was tough to see through that double team. And there was an off-ball violation here, so
Guschlaw gets the ball.
Guschlaw will get it on the 8-meter
Stopped
shot.
by Catone.
And Catone with a key, crucial save there.
Catone to Cornish. It's been a while
Cornish
since we've
working
seen
it up on the clear. Mexico trying to ride hard. The missed connection puts the ball on the ground.
Lombardini, Stevie gets it
And
back.
Stevie Lombardoni on a mission. And Catone with 2 consecutive saves. Very crucial. Coming up big, the senior co-captain.
Catone to Gebhardt. It's been a while since we've seen the Cortland Purple Tigers on attack.
So a crucial possession for them. They need to convert here. And on the back side, Haley Meldrum wide open, and great save by DeLong. And her teammate flipped the loose ball into her. And we got the wide open clear. Oh, Meldrum almost got Guschlaw from behind. Great effort there by the sophomore.
Guschlaw passing. And that pass eventually winds up in Stevie
And
Lombardini.
Lombardini. Bam.
And another goal.
And we're tied at 7
Tie
apiece.
game.
It's not lucky number 7 for the Cortland Tigers, but certainly for the Mexico Tigers. So
How many goals is that by Stevie?
that is the second this half, and actually, that's only her second of the game.
Seems like we've been seeing her score for a while now. It could just be the time.
She makes a lot of head. She's had a couple of shots, but scooping up the ground balls, controlling the draws, and just really doing a lot of things in a lot of areas to lead her team on. So the complexion of the game has changed dramatically here in the second half with 14:24 to go. We're tied at 7 apiece. The Mexico Tigers have gone on a 6-1 scoring surge
And
to
that
tie the
is
score,
Rebecca
and they're
Clark.
down in the offensive end again. And tough catch to make there by Scortino. Puts the ball on the ground, and Cornish, or actually they're going to award it to DePerno. Move her out to the 12-meter fan, and Cortland will try to clear the ball. And overthrows Phelps in the middle, but Carly Cunningham sees it coming. And now we got a lot of drops and missed connections here.
Cunningham back with the ball, passing to Phelps. DePerno.
And she saw Meldrum, but wasn't able to get it through the double team, so pulled it out, showing some patience.
DePerno
We have
back to
a
Phelps.
shooting space violation. So an 8-meter free position shot for senior co-captain Jenna Phelps.
Phelps looking to drive, it looks like. She scores.
Yep, and she went high to the non-stick side there, so nice conversion there for Phelps on the unassisted goal.
And in half, where it seemed the Mexico Tigers couldn't do any wrong, the Purple Tigers somehow managed to fit a goal in. 8-7 Purple Tigers.
Yep, and a much-needed goal there for the Tigers.
We have a replay here.
And you see she's set up in about the third hash. And cradling to get ready before the whistle starts. Drives in,
Just
and it
shoots
appeared
it
like
right in the
she was
spot.
going to fake, but she stayed high with the shot.
Back at the draw at midfield.
Marks and
Ooh.
Lombardini.
No scramble for the ball there. Clark back over the head.
And no Cortland Tigers in sight.
Nope.
And kind of a weak pass there.
Heather Taylor ends up with the ball.
Meldrum
Nope.
scooping up
Haley
the loose
Meldrum.
ball.
Meldrum to Carly Cunningham.
One on three.
1 on 3, yep.
Pulls it out. Good patience.
Phelps.
Now Cortland going to try and eat the clock. They got the lead a little bit. Work some time off and work for a good patient shot.
Phelps to Marks. Marks taking it in. Scores. 9-7.
She had that in her left hand. Made him think she was going one way and switched it over, and nice job of bringing it back to the other side that she created, the space she created. So Mexico now calling a timeout. 12:32 to go in the game.
And what has turned into a very good game despite the early outburst by Cortland. Welcome back to what's the middle of the second half. The start of the third quarter.
Opened up
quotations.
another 2-goal margin here. And the draw's up for grabs. Meldrum coming up with it. And legging it and showing a burst of speed there. And she loses her footing.
Very slippery footing.
Able to get up.
Pass to Phelps. Phelps to DePerno. DePerno to Marks. Marks back to DePerno. Passing chain here. Phelps. Phelps driving 1 on 2.
And we're going to have an in the sphere violation. And you saw while that play was going on, the official raised his hands to indicate that he saw a violation.
Jenna Phelps.
Kind of waited to see what happened. So from the center hash, it's Phelps, saved by DeLong.
But Cortland ends up with the ball back. Marissa Mastronardi. 7-9 Cortland. Here in the second half. Jenna Phelps has the ball now. Passing to DePerno. Tries to get it in there.
And DeLong, nice job of tracking that. Had a piece of it, not able to keep possession.
Carly Cunningham with possession now. Passing it to Casey Marks. Marks shooting, misses. Well, doesn't
Long
miss,
range
save.
shot. And she's got the strength to shoot those long outside shots.
Phelps now with the ball.
And really the clock is Cortland's friend, so they got a 2-goal lead, working it out there. At some point in time, Mexico's going to have to come out and pressure it and try to get the ball.
DePerno with the ball now with 10 minutes, 22 seconds and counting left in the second half.
Trying to feed it in. Bramshire scoops it up, hits the goalie in the helmet, and we're going to have either a dangerous shot or a dangerous follow-through. So possession will go to the goalie, and Mexico with a clearing opportunity.
That's Cassandra DeLong, a junior at the goalie position, passing it out.
That's Gushlaw bringing it up. Swings it out to the wide side.
Where it is picked up by Rebecca Clark. Scramble for the ball.
And Phelps did a nice job of dislodging it. We couldn't get the possession there.
Heather Taylor running with it. Seems to be... Is this some zone Cortland's playing on defense, or...?
I think they're matched up man-to-man. Just a little bit of a sagging man-to-man. And save.
Lots of action down by the
And
goal.
it's still loose, being swatted around. Empty check, I believe. No, I think the trail official blew it dead because we had a player down. Not sure what
Lombardini.
evolved over there.
Joelle Lombardini. Was too focused on the action that was going on around the ball.
So Mexico had possession when the whistle blew, so I believe they will keep possession.
And Stevie Lombardino with the ball. Lombardoni still has the ball. 1 on 2.
And she's being doubled out top. Good help by Bramschreiber. Izzy Whitmack shadowing her at the top of the 12-meter arc. And again, trying to drive,
She
being
just
doubled.
can't do it.
And doubled and finds Van Sant.
I
Oh,
do
actually,
believe that
is
is Heather Taylor.
Heather Taylor. Yep, I thought it was 12.
And
And Taylor gets on the scoreboard. And I would call that probably an unassisted goal because she had a couple dodges in there to free herself up. So Mexico back within 1.
8-9 Cortland Purple Tigers.
And there is a lot of game left, 8:41. A lot of scoring can happen in a short amount of time in the game of lacrosse.
The second half so far has been very, very active on both sides for both teams. We have a replay of that last goal by Heather Taylor.
Taylor just drove in there to
Low
her left,
shot.
took the left-handed shot. I'm going to have to keep an eye on her, and I don't think she's a left-hand dominant player, so a nice play to use her offhand.
And that is Casey Marsh getting her own tip off the draw.
And loses it, but Bramschreiber picks it
up
up,
and
picks
shoots
up the
it.
garbage and converts.
That was an amazing play.
Yeah, you know, I was getting ready to say that, you know, nice play, hustle play by Marks to get it, but probably because there was 1 on 2 would have been better served to pull that out and be patient on the offensive end. And before he could even get it out, she lost possession. But good fortune and good timing by Bramschreiber to come up with it. There you see, it's 1 on 2. Probably could have pulled it out and just kind of lost it on the check there. And Bramschreiber just kind of picking up the garbage and cleaning things up.
That's her 4th goal of the day?
Yes. And Van Sant just putting her head down, trying to bull her way through. She's looking for a call there, but I think it was more of an offensive. And the official's signaling a push. I'm not quite sure who she's going to call it on. We haven't seen the direction of her hand yet.
Van Gorder or Clark.
Okay, we're going to restart here. It appears that it was a double foul, and we're going to go with a throw.
Ball on the ground, picked up.
And Mexico coming up with it, Rebecca Clark. So the Mexico Tigers trailing by 2.
Heather Boyzik with the ball. Looking for an option. Takes it. Nope.
Nice look. But again, it just took too long.
Ball's in the air
It's tougher
and on
to
the
catch when
ground.
they're not moving fast.
And the call would be?
Looks like it's awarded to Cortland on the empty stick check.
Looks like Jenna
Phelpsy
Phelps
with possession,
to
finds
Bramschreiber.
Bramschreiber.
To Meldrum a bit. Just couldn't get it, but she finally...
Wasn't clean, but we maintained possession.
Meldrum.
And again, 1 on 2, pull it out. Good move, good move.
Meldrum to DePerno to Phelps.
Okay, and Cortland, you know, I watched the end of the ESM game the other day, and they were up a couple like this, and at times they went in to try to take some shots that were ill-advised. Okay, we're going to have a check to the head there. And number 6, Danielle Gushla, will have to go off, and Mexico will play man down for 3 minutes. That's automatic. If a player gets a yellow card for a check to the head and gets a successive one in the game, that turns into a red card. So there have been 2 yellow cards for checks to the head on the Mexico Tigers. but otherwise it's really been a fairly clean game. And Phelps alertly pulling that out. Didn't need a shot.
Phelps to
If you
Casey
shoot
Marks.
and you don't score, it goes potentially to the other team. And even if you do score, Mexico still gets the opportunity to come up with possession on the draw. So
Cortland
you have a sure possession here. So
Cortland possibly trying to eat the clock here. DePerno. The ball. Passing it to
and
Phelps.
similar to basketball, you know, you get it in someone's stick that you know can handle it. So if they do get fouled, that you know they're going to go to the line. And there's the turnover and a crease violation. So possession to the Mexico goalie.
To Stevie Lombardoni. Wait, that's not Lombardoni. That would be Rebecca Clark. It's hard to see the jersey.
There's
There's
Stevie's got
Stevie.
it back now.
Stevie just taking her time, looking for a shot or someone to pass to take a shot. Lombardoni being double teamed all the way around.
Yep. Well, because Cortland's man up, so they have the extra person to double team. So good strategy there. And I hear Coach Passer yelling for Syracuse, so they have an offensive set called Syracuse. Loose ball, ball's down, but they maintain possession. Being doubled.
And that is Heather Boyzik with the ball. Boyzik taking her time. 4 minutes, 50 seconds left on the clock.
And nice check by Whitmack, but not able to get it. That should have been a push.
Looked like it was.
And Rebecca Clark coming up with it. And it looks like Heather Boyzik is down. And really, she initiated that contact.
That's
you know,
what it
going
looked
after
like.
the loose ball and just kind of threw her body in there.
Cortland up 10-8 with 4.5 minutes left on the clock.
On the restart after the injury to Boyzik, and it appears that the goalie or the ball is with Mexico on the far side of the field there. And
Lombardoni.
Trying to feed it in traffic, and Casey Mark comes up with it and legging it downfield. Finds Faberzak in the open field.
Kelsey running with it.
And it's
Pass to
4-on-4
Phelps.
here, and Phelps pulling it out. And she'd just be better served to just stand there.
Phelps to DePerno.
Make them come play you. I'd stand.
Definitely good choice.
Why risk even the pass and catch there?
Phelps is just looking, playing a little game of catch there with Ellie DePerno.
And
DePerno to
Casey's
Casey.
gonna
Marks.
play it. Okay, now we got another defender coming in, so we're all even again. The penalty has been served on the yellow card.
Marks from Bramscheiber.
And
to DePerno.
Mexico has to come out and try to get the ball. If they don't do that, then game over.
Phelps has the ball, now facing opposition. Goes under it.
Yep, and now we're going to switch who the defender is in there.
A little kind of feeble almost attempted a shot.
Yeah, it wasn't a real strong shot
No.
there.
DePerno.
And again, you know, ill-advised. Why? You don't need a shot.
DePerno to Marks. Marks cutting.
And she's going to be on the body there. So,
3 minutes left on the clock.
yep, Casey Marks comes up with it. It's got DePerno. Sees it.
DePerno is just content to have the ball for now.
And I think we're going to see Mexico in a man-to-man here.
Yep. Casey
and
Marks.
looking to double and triple the ball.
Troubling
And Casey
footing.
Marks running away from the pressure.
Jenna Phelps wide open. Could have stood there all day.
And Coach Passer calling red. So probably some sort of code for
Defensive set.
dog the ball. Try to come up with it. And we're approaching the 2-minute mark. Phelps driving,
She has.
pulling it out.
Yep. Coach Passer screaming red from the other side now. Marks. Another call of red from Passer.
Yep, and the ball's down.
Casey
And
Marks has the
Casey
ball.
Marks maintains possession, and it stayed within the restraining line.
Falls.
And she fell on her own there, and Mexico had a chance at it. And the pursuit on the ball, we got empty. Stick check.
1 minute and 37 seconds left on the clock. We're in the...
And Kay Kostick having it and choosing to reverse, running backwards.
Wonderful pass to Jenna Phelps.
And Phelps doing a nice job of getting herself open.
As is DePerno, who is open. Runs with it. Casey Marks drops the catch but picks it up and has control of the ball. Meldrum.
Cortland doing a nice job of pulling it out, spreading it out.
Bram Schreiber, Cortland's scoring machine for this game, has the ball. Passes to Fabrzak. Fabrzak to Phelps. Phelps to DePerno. DePerno to Marks again.
And we're
driving.
under 1 minute. And Marks, I'm not sure if she was driving a cage or not, but got it checked away.
Ball's on the ground, scramble for it.
They just needed to keep possession and keep working it around.
Those scrambles are good for Cortland as they wear down time. However,
40
Stevie
seconds,
Lombardoni.
and Mexico trying to work it down quickly with the passing series.
Lombardoni to, I believe that's Heather Taylor. Yes, it is. Running with it, trying to... Mexico has to just shoot.
.23 seconds to go. A defensive foul inside the 8-meter arc. Free position shot. Low. And bringing it across. Shoots it right at
blocks.
Catone. And Kostick and Phelps trying to work to get that loose ball. And Mexico comes up with it, but they're going to run out of time. 12 ticks left.
10.
Finding the open man up top. Shoots wide. And 6 seconds to go.
Out of bounds with 6 seconds.
Cortland with a comfortable 2-goal lead here.
Would you let me do the honors of a countdown? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This game's in the book, folks.
Yep, and the Purple Tigers jumped out to a 5-1 lead in the first half. And the Mexico Tigers responding, outscoring them 7-5 in the second half, but not able to overcome that first half deficit. So Cortland Purple Tigers 10, Mexico Tigers 8. I'm Jamie Brown.
And I'm Ian Jones.
Thanks for joining us.